What's going on, guys?
What's going
Episode
on?
number one,
What's up?
Star Stripes and Scumbags podcast. This is the number one episode, so if there's any technical errors, blame John.
That's fine.
I am JB. I'm one of the co-hosts of this shit show, but we're gonna have some fun. Joining me are the other two co-hosts. My boy Flip, the J6er. It's gay at every mixer,
What's up?
but we still love him. We don't judge. And our brother from another fucking mother, JD.
What's going on?
What we getting into today?
Oh man. So
Talking shit.
yeah.
That's what we do best.
Right. Shit. Yeah, I mean, I think starting off this first episode, our best bet most likely just kind of hit on the topic of the day is it's November 1st. Actually turning the clocks back tonight. Completely forgot about that shit. But also the SNAP benefits and all that kind of bullshit seems to be.
So we're going after low hanging fruit right off the gate.
Hey,
Love it.
give us something easy to talk about on the first episode and get ourselves moving in the right direction with this fucking bullshit.
Yeah, what's going on with that? I heard a couple different things. I heard that Trump. I heard somebody message me about Trump spending $200 billion from tariffs to keep the SNAP benefits going, but everybody seems
I don't
to
know. I didn't see too much about that.
disagree.
That also could be kind of like that could really also be fake news a little bit. There's been a
Have
lot.
you heard it? Have you either one of you guys heard that?
I've heard it. I've also heard there's individual states that want to dig into like basically their savings accounts
Right.
Well, yeah,
to help pay for it,
what
and
they should do, I think.
they should. But also, whenever you hear what the numbers are on some of these states, what the spending is on the SNAP program, it most of them, even if they dig into the savings, it doesn't
Yeah.
even scratch the surface. It's about
Right.
like half.
Right.
And the one
Yep.
state that I saw out there was California. Like, well, we'll throw 5 billion at it. That's coming out of our savings. Well, it's 9 billion a month.
Right.
A fuck? You
Right.
mean to tell me there are 9 billion motherfucker? Well, there's $9 billion worth of money that needs to go. None of these people can work.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
Not one.
So the issue I'm seeing with it is that supposedly Trump waited until the very last second, which is hell. I wouldn't have even enacted anything, but he went ahead and I guess used the nuclear option, which essentially says that as long as there is a majority vote, which the Republicans have the majority, I think it's like over 51 or something, that he can enact the nuclear option and basically just say, you know what, fuck y'all, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I don't need your votes, and we'll go ahead and just make it happen. Now, in that look, I'm surprised isn't going to bring all the lefties out and kind of put it to
Well,
where they're all going to they're all going to say, well, he's acting like a king and bring the whole fucking no kings bullshit back. But at the same time,
really,
should he even do it?
it's gone from no kings to king. Please feed me.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Well, and that's the whole thing is that we have 40 million plus Americans, or well, I'll say 40 million people um, on SNAP or food stamps and all that kind of shit. Now, 40 million is like over 10% of the population. When the population is 340 million people, like it's like 10 to 12%. It drives me insane to think that we have created such a dependency state that this many people are living on government benefits. How
Yeah.
many of them are actually disabled or single mothers really struggling or whatever it may be, to where, dude, there's an absurd amount of men that are on this, that are fully capable of working, not disabled, might be mentally don't count. Um, unless it's like, an actual diagnosis. Your depression,
The
anxiety, and shit like that doesn't count in your, other garbage, in my opinion. But like, it's just one of those things that, like, if one person is working the system over, then everybody should be eliminated and just rehash the whole damn thing and start over. Like, it's just an absolutely absurd thing to think that, you know 40 million people are sitting there on, government subsidies, and they wonder why, what, 70 million people voted for Democrats. Most of them are all, sitting there living off government benefits that the Democrats want to sit there and hold them, slaves to.
Yeah, they think that they're uh, entitled to this shit though. It's not, has nothing to do with, like Jesse said, it went from, no kings to king, please feed me. They really think that they just are entitled to this. They don't
Well, and that's
think
the
that
problem, is
he's
that
doing anything for them. They just
they've
believe
been
that they
on it for
have.
so long, and they've never been told no. Now they're sitting there acting like, whiny little children whenever somebody takes it away. It's like
Yep.
they put them in a position to be on it forever, and when they're on it forever, then, now it's a problem.
Yep.
and that's really what it is. This is a way of life. It's not what things were meant. The welfare system as a whole was actually supposed to be, hey, you're in a tough time.
Right.
Cool. We got you. We'll help you out for 6 months. This has become a fucking way of life to
Yeah.
Yep.
where now
This is the
you have
biggest thing. The biggest thing about it, I think, is this is that once you're on it, I don't care who you are. It's you get on it for several months, and then what do you just say? Okay, I'm good now. I got enough money. I mean, it's hard for someone to say, okay, I don't need this anymore, and then just let it go. That's how people get stuck on it. Why?
Yeah.
Why would
well, and
they?
that's the
They
thing.
start.
Once you give them once you let them feed you, you also give them the fucking power to starve you, and
Oh,
that's what's
Right.
happening
absolutely.
right now. And you look at it, this has gone to the Senate multiple fucking times,
Right.
and the
What,
Democrats are
13?
using it. Yeah, they're using it as a goddamn leverage point to try to regain power. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, we'll fucking starve you, motherfuckers. Oh, by the way, we promised we, you know, whenever the elections were going on, that hey, we're here for you. We're here
Right.
for you. We're here
Well,
for you.
and,
Oh,
and
we're not
I,
getting our way, so guess what? We're gonna have to starve you for a little while.
right.
Yeah.
I actually pulled up a thing I found, it's just one of those like memes that's going around or whatever, but it actually is, uh, you know, true in a sense. I kind of fact checked all of these, but Martin Henrik said, we're paying our troops, or paying our troops gives the president more leverage. So they're pissed off about them paying the troops off. Bernie Sanders saying, you reopen the government, we lose our leverage. Schumer saying that every day gets better for us, as the whole thing goes on. Um, Catherine Clark says there will be families that are going to suffer, but it's one of our very few leverage times, that we have.
Uh huh. They're
Um,
saying the quiet part out loud.
well, no, and that's the whole thing. It's like, another one said, frankly, this is our only movement of leverage, and although a very unpleasant tool to use, it's working. So, like, they're
That's
coming
great.
out, and they're coming out and saying it, and their whole entire side. And the ridiculous part is that they've gaslit their side to the point where they really believe that, well, Trump, if Trump just said so, he can go ahead and do it. And that's not the case. Like, I mean, the filibuster takes 60 votes. We only have what, 53 plus two independents, I think, or maybe, Fetterman popping over or whatever makes 55. We're 5 votes short.
Right.
So Trump has to play the king role, which, hey, king troll. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
my opinion, but like, you know, and until the Democrats want to go ahead and play ball, and everybody's sitting there saying, "Well, the Republicans have, have the majority, and they need to work with the Democrats." No, no. I mean, if you're the one in the minority, then you need to make concessions with the majority if you want to get any of your shit passed. Because right now, none of it's getting passed, and it's a bunch of garbage.
Yeah, it's the finger blame game. It's and that's what the whole government system is. I mean, it's literally, it's them, it's them, it's them. Who's accountable? Blame that person. Get the There's so many people involved in government now. You can't hold anybody accountable. They can just pass it down. There's all these laws. There's all these these things that you can do to get out of it as a lawmaker or um, congressman, and it's disgusting because nothing ever gets done. They
Right.
get paid. They get paid out the ass. They get fucking rich, and nothing ever gets done.
Right.
And that it's set up like that by design. It
Right.
really is. It was supposed to be a system of checks and balances, but they figured out a way to manipulate and distort that entire goddamn structure to where now it's a leverage game. And you even see, and this is probably the biggest thing that disgusts me with the left anymore. And the right's actually guilty of it as well. But you see the videos of the Democratic senators marching into Mike Johnson's office. Why are you doing this on camera? Why are you doing it on camera? Because it's fucking political theatrics.
Oh yeah.
Wait,
Take your bullshit to Broadway and fail there because you're
they
failing
marched
already.
into his office.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
Oh
not an
yeah. Yeah.
insurrection. They don't call that an
Oh yeah.
insurrection.
No, it's only an insurrection if you're not already allowed in and then told you weren't supposed to be there.
Right.
So maybe
Yep.
we should just say, hey, you weren't supposed to be there. We can start pressing charges.
Yep.
Well, I mean, just wait, because it's going to get to this point where you know Trump, enacts some insurrection bullshit and really gets his way here, coming up in the near future, considering that uh, with all the other political violence that's going on in Portland that they still deny happens, and Chicago and all these other areas, it's only going to take him enacting the Insurrection Act with as many Antifa members or whoever that is attacking government facilities. They've already pretty
Yeah.
much locked down his ability to use any of the National Guard or anything like that. I mean, it's going to get to a point where he's allowing the process to Trump's positive. He's allowing the process to go politically the way that it should, and allow people not come out and be an
Right.
authoritarian and make all the decisions and trying to let other people have the say, even though they're acting like he's full of shit half the time. But at the same time, like, the
What's up with
shit's
the
just going so damn sideways anymore. It's crazy.
What's up with the designating them Antifa a terrorist organization, but they're still out there doing whatever they want to do, and it's like I don't know if that was just theater as well, but it doesn't seem
Pretty
like it made a
much.
difference.
Well,
Yeah.
from what I gathered is that he designated them a domestic terrorist organization, but there is no such thing as a domestic terrorist organization. It is and it doesn't matter what it is.
Right.
There's no such designation, so it has to be a foreign terrorist organization or international or whatever the hell they call it. So, if he can designate them as international, then yeah, suddenly they become a terrorist organization across the whole world,
Right,
and
but what's
then
the
it's actually a
saying
legitimate
for
thing.
the saying for military is that they serve and protect against enemies foreign and domestic, but
Right.
yeah, Trump can't designate domestic terrorists, terrorism. It
Well,
doesn't
it's
make
because
sense.
it's because of all the Democrat, bullshit mayors and governors and shit like that that are,
Right.
pushing back against him. It's a bunch of
Yeah,
ridiculous,
and all the cities that they're
nonsense.
in, that they have strongholds in, Antifa, they're all protected by those cities and those states for the most part. So
Right.
And that's been their play for a long time. I mean, we've been not really gaslit because people that aren't complete fucking morons see it. The crime numbers in Portland are down. The crime numbers in Detroit are down. Violent crime in Chicago is down. No, it's not fucking down. You're not reporting.
Right.
yeah,
They don't have to. They changed the fucking structure to where police agencies don't have to actually report the actual numbers. So no, it's not down. You're just not fucking telling anybody.
yeah,
It's they've been gaslighting people for a long fucking time, and now whenever somebody's actually trying to stand up for it, like, oh, all right, we'll send in the National Guard. If you guys don't want to fix this shit, we will. Oh, he's a tyrant.
yep.
Right.
The Gestapo's coming in. Fuck you. You're fucking stupid.
Well, and yeah, and that's the whole thing is, we've, in the last election, or I guess right afterwards or whatever, during the debates, they were talking about uh, crime rates and numbers and stuff, and like what less than half of the actual reporting districts reported to the FBI. It ended up looking like there was a positive,
Yeah.
decline in crime. But the other thing too is that with use of phones, use of Facebook, live that everybody uses, Instagram, TikTok, everything else, you know, you're not to the point of an actual crime being committed when you can actually intervene in the crime up front. So people don't die as often because you have the ability to call 911 quicker. So then the
Right.
actual fatality rate goes down. So the murder rate's less because the person survived, and it's just crime,
Right.
and that kind of crime doesn't actually get reported, because then it makes the actual whole entire city look bad. And
Yeah.
then, it gives it, Trump more ammo to be able to, look at the actual crime rates more. It's crazy. Not to mention the fact that, the actual game plan behind Antifa is everybody dresses the same. Everybody wears the same, same shirt, same pants, same backpacks, same face masks, same helmets, same everything, to where the three of us can go out and commit a crime, all looking at identical, go into court and go, who was it? It's like, well,
Yeah.
everybody was dressed exactly the same. How do you know it was him and
Yep.
not him? And at
Yep.
that point, you have to throw the crime out because you have you can't actually prove who it was. So
Yep.
it's 100%, you know, strategically planned,
Yeah.
and there's organization behind what they do.
Yeah, there is for sure. When we were, before January 6th, there was two rallies. It was November and December of 2020, and when we were down there, they strategically attacked people as they went back to their hotel room. So they waited after like the day's events, whatever they may be. They waited till everybody dispersed back to their at nighttime, back to their hotel rooms, and they picked them off as they were going back to their hotels. And it's just because that's what they want to hurt people. They just want anarchy is what they want,
Right.
and they don't care what political party. They don't care about none of that. It's just you can catch these people at uh, left rallies and right rallies, and
Right.
it's just they want to do like an uprise. That's what they want.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. They provoke under nonviolence
Yeah,
until somebody throws the first punch, and
yeah,
then all hell breaks loose, and then they play the victim. And the bad part is anymore you look at some of these situations, and it's easier for them to arrest the conservative because it's one person,
right. And
against
they're not
a
going to
whole
get
group of people.
Yeah, they're not going to get attacked by those people.
Right.
They can arrest them and get him out of there and get
Right.
cheered on versus arresting the real culprits who Antifa who have 20 to 30 people in a circle ready to beat the cops up.
Right.
So
Exactly. And kind of taking that whole idea back to our original topic of the snap thing. Did uh did y'all catch the fuck hundreds of videos probably right now, if not more than that, of all these ghetto ass people on TikTok and Instagram and stuff, all planning, I think actually for tomorrow or maybe
Yeah,
Monday,
yeah, it's for
the
tomorrow.
going into Walmart and everything. I think it's between like 6 and 7 p.m. and just like stealing everything. Well, it's either one, steal everything you can and bail out as fast as you can, acting like Walmart doesn't have the ability to lock the doors. But then also it's like, oh yeah, if we see you outside, we're not robbing Walmart, we're robbing you.
yeah, they
It's
they
like,
did that
so,
already. They did that
Yeah,
to a lady. I
well, yeah,
watched.
but it's supposed to be like a mass,
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
viral event that's going on. I think tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
So we should, that you'll see Proud Boys. You'll see it, as long as it actually happens. You'll see like Oath Keepers, or I don't even think they're out yet, but it was 3%ers, whatever. Those guys
Right.
and militias will go to those WalMarts and protect them as best as they possibly can. But like you said, they're putting themselves at risk of, especially in a left run city. Um, of being arrested for no reason, and being provoked, and just because they want to go do the right thing and protect that Walmart or whatever it may be. So
Right.
Well, that's what's crazy to me. We have the resources, law enforcement wise, to actually take care of shit like this, but we have to react and rely on actual citizens. We need groups like the Proud Boys, the One Percenters, the Oath Keepers, guys like us to go out and hold the fucking goddamn line, because they don't want to go out there and piss people off, even though these people are online saying, "What are you going to do when they end my SNAP benefits? And I just come in and go grocery shopping in your house. Guess what? I'm going to shoot you."
Right.
yeah.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
the
Good.
sad part about that is that I mean, there shouldn't have to be a Proud Boys to fix the problem,
No, there
or
should.
like you just said, that the police and military, I mean, aside from military, the police they're so well funded, dude. In some cities and in certain states, all that, it's just they got everything: tanks, AR-15s, the shit that they have, but they won't go arrest none of these people.
Well, no, because their hands are getting tied, whether it be by Democratic mayors, governors,
Yeah,
a
I don't give a
liberal
fuck
fucking
why their
police.
hands are tied. They're
No,
law
that's what
enforcement.
it
That's
is. They're all playing a political game,
disgusting.
because once you
Yeah,
get outside of the initial, like, your bargain basement entry level patrolman,
Mhm.
they're all answering to higher.
right.
Right.
They're answering to the fucking police chief, the mayor, the governor. All of them are saying, "Hey, your boys are standing back,
Yeah.
whether you like it or not, whether they like it or not. And if they want to continue to fucking collect the paycheck, this is what they're going to do." And there's not enough, Curtis Grandersons in the world. They're going to say, "Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing this. This isn't what I signed on for. I signed
Right.
on to protect the Constitution, protect the citizens. I'm not going to allow people to willingly break the law and stand aside."
Yeah.
But most of the cops that we have nowadays don't have that kind of fucking backbone where they're going to stand back and, like, "No, fuck
Yeah.
you. You're breaking the
Right.
law. Guess what? You're going to fucking jail."
Right.
Yeah.
But and that's a problem that we saw, during the pandemic with, people getting arrested for not, or
Well,
getting detained, I guess, for not following proper procedure and shit like that, where uh, you know, you'll see that cops are, even though if they may want to do the right thing, will violate somebody's, rights to protect their own job. And it's like, well, I got a family to feed. Well, so do I, and you can get fucked.
right.
So that's the whole thing, is like, you see a lot of these areas where cops are out there doing a bunch of shit that should be 100% illegal for them to even do. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, when it comes down to it, do I go grocery shopping tomorrow just to see what the hell's happening? Maybe. I
Maybe.
thought about it, but ultimately, like, when it comes down to it, like, dude, it's protection. Like,
Yeah.
I will lay you out in the middle of the
Yeah.
parking lot, and hell, I'll drag you out of the way so you don't get run over, but I will lay you flat the fuck out, and hopefully you learn your lesson. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, we've developed a society of, like, when we were going to school, you know, zero tolerance, zero, no fighting. It doesn't even matter if
Right.
you were the one being attacked, like, you're the
Right.
one that got, in trouble as well. Like, we've created a society of a bunch of people that have never been punched in the mouth and had their teeth knocked into the back of their head, and they feel like they could just go out there and, do whatever the hell they want to do. Shit, I mean, you know, I grew up with a healthy fear of people. I know that if I did something stupid, I was more scared to come home to my parents than I was for the cops. Like,
Right.
you got a bunch of these people running around thinking that, oh yeah, I can go out there and just steal off somebody. No, no, you got another thing coming to you, because chances are you're going to get your ass handed to you. And, they just don't realize what the hell's going on. And, until you start, taking the food out of somebody else's mouth.
Yeah.
And that's what really cracked me up about a lot of those videos with, there's people straight saying, "What the fuck you gonna do when I come in your house and I go grocery shopping?"
You won't make it back out alive. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Well, you might want to bite whatever you grab before I shoot you. That
Right.
way, you at least don't die with an empty fucking stomach,
I
because
like
I
that.
will murder you.
I like that. Oh, I can't remember what the hell the cop's name is in Florida, It's like,
Yeah, it does
we
the
hire
video.
Oh,
you.
dude.
Yeah.
I love that
We
fucking guy.
I know.
He's
You
the
break into
greatest.
somebody's house, we encourage them to shoot you.
Yes.
Like, it's
Dude,
like
that
it saves
motherfucker,
their.
he's probably a better troll than Trump.
Oh my god, the
Did
dude's
you see the
amazing.
press conference? He had a $50,000 gold chain on.
Right.
He seized off an illegal. He say, "We got your drip." It's
Right.
That's great.
Oh,
like, "We
the
got
dude's
your drip."
amazing. It's like, oh yeah,
There-
if you hurt one of our officers or one of our dogs, we'll make sure we can see through you by the end of the day or some shit like
yeah.
that.
What
Like,
about that other cop, that sheriff or whatever that was calling out those gangs?
oh yeah, and
That was
he
badass.
did that one video with like all
Yeah.
the cops behind him, and then
Yeah.
a black, like, not gang member, but like another, I guess, another citizen or whatever. It's like,
Yep.
oh yeah, it's like,
That was
you know where to,
badass.
if you're a gang and you want to fight the cops, you know where to find us. I was like,
That
dude,
was
like
great.
that. Those are the kind of cops we need everywhere,
Here's
man.
the fucking address, bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
That was awesome.
That's the kind
Actually,
of
here's
shit
the
we need
phone number.
everywhere.
Call
Yep.
911.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm tired of the fucking. I'm tired of these fucking people. You go into Pittsburgh and you see all these goddamn cops running around and shit like that. They don't do anything with their
Yep.
fucking lives. Fucking Pittsburgh's just falling the hell apart. Same thing you see in Philly and all these other areas that are highly
Yeah.
Democrat, run cities with Democratic mayors that, you know, I hate to go this route, but you look at the whole like Mamdani bullshit in New York, and he wants to basically get rid of the federalized cops, go to like small city cops, and then also do like the social services bullshit and all the other stuff. It's like, dude, I'd rather have a cop that's like, you know what, if he breaks into your house, just kill him. Like,
Yeah.
save us the hassle of having to come
Yeah.
and try
Really.
to save you, because by the time we get there, it's already gonna be too late. Just like take care of it yourself, and then
Yeah,
make
dude.
sure that you're armed.
What you just said earlier about school. It's weird you said that because I thought about it probably today or yesterday. I don't know why it popped up in my head, but exactly what you said was what we were raised to. If we fought, it didn't matter if you were defending yourself or not.
Right.
You got in trouble, and it's like, and I got in so much trouble, and I just was like sitting there thinking, what? That was not fair at all. How the hell does that, And it's just stupid that now they need to really teach the opposite of that. I think
Oh,
because
absolutely.
yeah, it's just so bad. It's so terrible that people just allow this shit to happen, and then you know you get people, even conservatives, that are like, yeah, you need to call the law, you need to do this, you need to do that, and I don't know, it's just not my thing, man. My background, I don't like
Well,
cops,
Like, I'm
but
not going for
I know you
vigilante
need them. But
justice, but like, yeah, I'm not going for like vigilante justice. I'm not going out eye
right,
for an eye, but like, dude, I'm
protect
sorry,
yourself.
but
That's It's
yeah,
not that.
there
Yeah,
and there's no ramifications to protecting yourself, in my opinion.
yeah,
I'll gladly serve time with a smile on my face to know that somebody walked into my house and I took care of them before they took care of me or my wife or my kids.
right,
Like,
exactly.
I
Yeah,
smile
whatever,
on your
man.
face and a dick in your butt.
yeah. That's I
I,
just
I'm not the
I
one that's
don't
ever
get it,
spent
man.
time in jail. You two have, so
What
I've
is
never
I've
been
never
involved.
experienced that.
what is what is the for Pennsylvania? What is the like? Is there a stand your ground law? I don't even know.
I don't know, man. I
In
really don't. I know.
Pennsylvania, they do have a law, but it's very there's a lot of leeway in it.
Oh yeah.
So essentially, if I break into either your house, you can shoot me if you can
Yeah,
prove that I was a threat to you or your family's life. Not that I broke into John's house and can whip. I'm going to whip his ass, which I can,
right.
Go ahead and try.
but I have to actually.
Is
You
it
have to be able to
imminent
prove.
danger?
Yeah, I think
Yes,
it's
it's
an imminent
basically
danger
imminent
clause.
danger that I'm going to take you or your spouse or your children's life. Like this dude was in here and somebody was about to, somebody was about to be dead unless I unalive
Right.
this
Intervened.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
And that's where it always gets sketchy. Where, okay, is it self defense or no? We're just going to arrest this guy. And there's a lot of cases in Pennsylvania have gone that way to
Right.
Yeah.
where
You have to
they have
fight.
to dig through. Yeah, they have to dig through some shit. Like, hey, you have to fucking prove that he was about to kill you. Was he just about to, like, empty out your refrigerator and
Yeah, steal
take
your
beer?
food, like,
Right.
that,
Well, and
like they plan on doing supposedly.
right,
Yeah,
right.
pretty
Well,
much.
and if you look into different um, states, New Jersey, I think is one of the big ones where there's basically a law that says you can't do anything no matter what. So
Right.
if somebody breaks into your house and you're upstairs in your bedroom, you better climb out the door or climb out the window and run from the house, because if you go ahead and kill that dude, you are at fault. You have to let him come in. You have to let him take whatever the hell you want to take. I mean, unless he's got a
See,
gun to your head, you can't do
Negative
anything.
grasshopper.
Yeah, you basically can't do anything. And there's a couple states actually like that
there
basically
should be
say that.
no states that they states should not have the say so of something like that. I mean, it's
Right.
in the common
I
interest
agree.
of America, so why would it be a state thing? I don't get it.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing is like your 2A bullshit, like that doesn't it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
The we're trying to write policy right now at work for motor vehicle stuff, and being able to put a gun in your vehicle, like uh, there's a bunch to it, but they're talking about what are the rules crossing state boundaries. You could be licensed, you can have your concealed carry, you can have all kinds of different stuff. You go into Maryland and get pulled over, you're going to jail. You go into New Jersey and get pulled over, you're going to jail. Like they're
Wait,
going to confiscate your weapons and stuff. And
I thought they just changed to where you can your carry is honored everywhere, or is that just carried honor everywhere that honors concealed
Ah,
carry?
I
Because I
thought it
just
was
heard that my uncle travels with a gun, and he was he travels a lot different states, and it was always an issue. But now he said that they did away with that. So I don't know if it's just for states that obviously allow you to carry. I don't know if it doesn't matter to states that
yeah,
that you're
I
not
don't
allowed to carry. I don't know.
maybe it has changed
oh,
recently, but I know that it was
well, no. Here's the AI overview on it, guys. No, concealed carry is not recognized in all states, as each state has its own laws and agreements. While all 50 states allow some form of concealed carry, whether your permit is valid or not in another state depends on the rules, which can be full, partial, or non-existent.
right. So
Weird.
it's like if
It's varying laws.
you can have a concealed carry in Pennsylvania, but it doesn't mean that they're going to recognize it in Maryland.
That's weird. I thought
Yeah,
they just changed that. I mean, a lot of people were saying
I
that. So
mean,
maybe
Trump's been trying to get that to go through to where if I have a concealed carry in
it's going to
Pennsylvania, I
cost
can go
cost.
wherever the fuck I want.
Right.
right,
As long as I don't cross the border into another country,
Right.
right.
it should protect me. Which, I mean, Pennsylvania, for as blue as we've been for a long time, we are a mainly red state. We have we have
Oh yeah.
basically two counties that
Right.
have controlled a lot of elections,
Right.
and that's Allegheny County and we'll just
Philly
call it Philadelphia.
and
Right.
some of the
Yeah.
surrounding areas out there.
Yeah, I don't know what county that is. It's
Yeah, I
fucking
don't know.
retard land, so nobody likes it.
No, and it's some of the
Um,
trashiest places in the state anyway.
I mean, what
It
is
is.
the name of the? There's a street, and actually, a friend of mine
Oh
actually
yeah.
drove down it. What is the name of that fucking street?
Um,
And to me, that should be the goddamn commercial that
What
plays
in
every
Philly?
fucking day.
yeah,
Yes,
it's
Is it? I know the place is
Kensington.
Kensington. I
Yeah, it's
think.
Kensington Street or something like that.
yeah, yeah. It's essentially just junkies falling out left and
Yeah.
right, and stay away
Oh
from
no,
it.
no, dude,
If you want,
the TikTok videos and everything of it are hilarious.
Yeah.
if you want a
The
fucking
zombies.
goddamn commercial, I could film it for you.
Yeah.
I mean, my doors will be locked, obviously, but I could film the commercial. We could show it every fucking day. This is what happens when you let Blue run your shit.
Oh
I
This
yeah,
is
can
it.
absolutely.
film it. I can walk amongst them. I'd have no problem walking amongst
Flip,
them.
with as clean as you've been for the longest time, you still sound like a fucking stoner, and I don't doubt that one bit. Hey guys, you
Yep.
looking for a drummer? That, that was the most coherent statement you ever made, and you haven't made one since.
Nope.
Right. Yeah, I think that Kensington Street's actually like really close to some of the.
Is
Uh,
it Kensington Street, or is Kensington a place in? Is that the
well,
bad place
it's
in?
it's a place in there, I think, but
Yeah. I don't know what
I'm
it's like
with
North
you.
Front Street or some shit like that. I don't really remember what it is, but um, no, actually, one of the funny things,
No,
you know,
there
we're
is
we're sitting here talking
Kensington
about gun
Street,
or
Philadelphia, Kensington Avenue.
Oh,
It
it
is
is
Kensington Avenue.
Kensington.
Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
well, actually,
There's
we're
1,000 friggin' videos on it.
oh yeah,
America's Zombie Outbreak.
Zombies.
Straight,
Yep.
yeah,
yeah,
and that's honestly what it looks like.
Yep.
right. So we're sitting here talking about gun violence and some of the other things, and everybody talks about the United States and the guns and getting rid of the guns and you're going to solve all the crimes and all that kind of shit. Just got a Fox News update. Multiple people stabbed in UK train attack near Cambridge as police arrest two suspects. Uh, Two men were arrested after 10 people were knifed
Yep.
on a train. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
guns aren't the problem. It's fucking psychotic criminals and people with mental health illness and all kinds of other
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah, I mean, you take away the gun, they're gonna have a knife, even if it's a fucking
Yep.
kitchen knife. They're gonna have,
They'll feel more emboldened to do it too,
right,
knowing that the law-abiding citizens don't have the guns to protect themselves, so they're just going
right,
to do it,
right.
more.
So
I
I mean,
mean, look
they
at
can take a
who
knife or
was that
pick.
guy? I mean, it's even that, but like, who was it? What's his name? Daniel? Was it Daniel Penny? Why do I?
Daniel Penny. Yeah, Daniel
Yeah,
Penny that sat there and
in New
choked out
York.
some dude on the bus
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
train.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and this the guy he choked out, severely mentally ill,
Yep.
was a danger to everybody around him.
Had a massive criminal record.
Oh, his criminal record, like I could pull it up, but I don't think we have enough time for all that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's doing the right thing. He's protecting the people around him, which is what I would do, which
Right.
what any of us would do. That
Right.
we're doing the right thing. This motherfucker was on trial.
Right.
On trial.
Yep.
And,
Why?
and he's gonna be
Why?
locked up forever for it too. Or well, no, never mind. I'm thinking
No,
somebody else.
he was
Yeah,
released.
yeah, he was. Sorry, I'm thinking somebody
But
else.
that
But
was, you have to have the president of the United States come out and say this is wrong,
right,
and they want to rally against Trump for it. No, he actually this is the right thing. I'm
But it
not a
was
Trump.
racial, wasn't it?
what?
Oh yeah, he killed a black guy who
Right.
happened to be a
That's what they
goddamn.
blamed it on, because
Exactly.
that's what they blame
That's all
everything
they
on.
cared about. They didn't care about the guy that
Right.
got killed. They only cared about
Well,
they seen, "Oh, we
They
can take this and
they
use
they
this
don't
in
give
our
they don't give
favor."
two
yeah,
shits about
no,
the
they can go
Yeah.
run with that. The poor white girl that wasn't hurting anybody was killed by
Yeah.
a black man. How
They
that's what
much
I
have
was
didn't
we
gonna
heard in
say.
the
acknowledge it.
fucking news about that? How
Yep.
much have we
Yep.
heard?
Shit,
Nothing.
I'm surprised it didn't
And
go
that
off on it because she was
motherfucker
from
had a
Ukraine.
criminal record that is longer than anyone's I've ever seen. It was something like 37 arrests,
Right,
Yep.
and a lot of them were violent crimes.
right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, I hate to say it, but it would almost be better if he raped her. At least he was doing it for a purpose.
Yeah.
He
It's
I
stuff
stabbed,
that
mean,
didn't
he
make
stabbed
sense.
her for
I'm
nothing.
for
Nothing.
all the
For riding a train.
right for all the illegals across the border that they sit there and defend. You get this girl that comes over here from Ukraine who
Yeah, right?
they love Ukraine,
Cricket.
on the left. But yeah, I mean, they come over here, she gets killed, just trying to, better her life, get a job,
Yep.
that kind of stuff outside of, a war torn country, and nothing,
Nothing.
Nope,
absolutely
nope, nope.
nothing.
It's
You know,
zip.
a,
Throw
a,
that
a,
key
a
away.
judge
Nope,
lets
we're not
him,
talking about this.
a judge lets him go for, whether it's the no cash bond bullshit or whatever. Like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, it's absolutely insane. I mean,
Yep.
No,
and
it's the impoverished black man being held down by the system. We have to let him go, or we're not going to win the next election. That's all this fucking is.
yeah,
And
and
then an attack like that happens, and it's
right.
fucking disgusting.
I mean,
Yep.
they've shown their true colors over the last couple months, especially after Charlie Kirk being murdered and everything else. I mean,
Yep.
they will sit there and relish at the fact that a conservative was either put in jail or killed and couldn't care less.
Yep.
There's so much crime, there's so much murder, there's so much all this kind of garbage, and they're loving it. So
Well, no, it's the same as like you brought up Charlie Kirk. you look at the No Kings protests. What's her fucking name? Lucy Martinez, that fat bitch. Boom,
Yep.
boom.
Oh yeah.
I hope whatever she's booming in her neck is fucking Ozempic.
Oh, dude, there's a whole bunch of Halloween costumes that are all like Charlie
Yeah.
Kirk related from all
Yeah.
these fucking lefties and stuff like that. I swear, dude, if I found one at my house that
Yep.
came to my house, I'd whoop their ass clean off my fucking
Oh no,
property.
Oh, dude.
those are all closed parties. Those fuckers go to, and
Yep.
that's
Oh
how
yeah,
they
but
keep.
they're emboldened to do it out in public though too.
Oh yeah, they would. Somebody would. I'm sure somebody's done it. You know, I don't think there's. I don't think it's
No,
out of their realm of.
they are dumb enough because they've been emboldened enough over the years
Yeah,
to
that's
actually believe that they are the majority,
Right. Oh, it's
and
insane.
they are such a small percentage of our population.
Hmm.
yeah.
It's not even worth joking about.
Oh yeah.
You have to be completely fucking retarded at this point to support them or their agenda. You know, to not
Well,
see it, to
no,
not see how terrible they are.
Right.
You would have to be blind, you know, deaf and dumb.
Well,
well,
and I
no, they're brainwashed, dude. I mean, Flip. How often do you drive around and still see people wearing a fucking mask?
Yeah,
at least
I
once a
still
week.
see it, but yeah,
Even though
they're
that's actually been thrown out there that Fauci didn't have anything
yep,
really to prove about that. He's like, no, we just thought it
yeah,
was a kind of a good idea, maybe.
yep,
Like
Right.
it's been proven the shit don't work, you motherfucker. I actually feel bad for him.
Right.
yeah,
You've been brainwashed so badly to think this shit works. One of my mom's closest friends that she's been friends with for years still wears a fucking mask,
Right.
and
yeah,
you can't
that's
talk any sense into her.
Yeah, and they're
You
still
can't.
getting jabbed and they're still getting all that other garbage. And it's like, well,
yep,
I'm doing my part. You're fucking stupid. Like, yeah, there's nothing that you're doing is of any purpose and stuff. And you know what? In my opinion, either one, these dudes have been having masks on so long they breathed in enough of their own CO2 that they're stupid.
yep,
Two, dude, they're
It,
aborting so
it,
many.
it's it's
They're either aborting so many babies or deciding to not have kids. That I mean, at least the leftist gene pool will be ended here in a couple years.
yep,
Like all these and one that's the bad part is that you'll take a conservative kid and send him off to college and then suddenly come back with a blue haired fat fucking
yep,
cow. So it's just if they're not having kids, then the system's indoctrinating them too. I mean, and yeah, they are.
yeah,
They're stupid. There's nothing you can do about it. I hate the fact that uh, I've tolerated people, including family, uh, to the point where um, you've allowed them to run their mouth enough,
yeah,
and out of kindness, I guess, not wanting to start
not
anything
yep.
up,
Not
you
wanting to
cause any
start
issue.
shit. Yep,
Yeah,
it's
out
really
of
just
kindness and not
wanting
wanting
to
to start shit, you didn't put
do
them
it.
in their place.
You
yep,
just don't feel like fucking dealing with goddamn moronic shit anymore.
Yeah,
I
so you just
deal,
turn around. You just turn around and walk away.
and that's the problem. That is a lot of the problem is that we do that on a daily basis. I'm guilty of it. I
Right,
turn around. I turn my back to stupid more times than I probably should. Where I should just call it out. You're
right.
yeah,
fucking stupid.
Well, and that's the biggest issue that I see that we're having anymore is that you know you get a uh, you get a nation of people that have never been told no or never been told they're wrong or never been told that your idea is stupid
yeah,
and and can't actually debate an idea. All they're doing is just rattling off talking points
yep,
and not actually understanding. I mean, hell, I'm not MAGA, I guess. I'm kind of more center right
right,
to an extent, but at the same time, like rational. Like I'll watch CNN, I'll watch MSNBC, I'll watch NBC, I'll watch 60 Minutes, I'll watch all that shit, and then I'll turn around and watch
I do it too
Fox
for
News and everything
comedy.
else.
Same
Right.
same reason I
Well,
watch Fox News.
right, exactly. So we know the argument almost better than they do because they won't even listen to our side of the thing. And it gets
right.
to the point where you have these conversations, you can rationalize a point, and it doesn't even do any good because they're just so
Yeah, they don't
stuck
care.
in their own way that they still hold on to talking points that are 4 years old that you can prove verifiably wrong, and it doesn't change anybody's mind.
Yep.
And,
Yeah, they
and
see a
that's
way
the
of
thing
life.
is, you're not going to change their fucking mind.
No.
No.
That we've tried that. We've tried civil debate. And hopefully that's what we're going to do with this show, is actually like invite some people that aren't in our quote unquote echo chamber, which I don't know what our echo chamber is besides fart noises.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say honestly, I don't think we even have one.
No, no, I mean, but we can do what a lot of other shows do, and we can just bring on one after another with, they're just going to suck us off with everything Trump and MAGA this, MAGA that. Fuck off. That's
well,
stupid.
well, yeah,
That is a show, and I've listened to those shows, and they're fucking obnoxious. I want something, which we're going to do, is bring people that have different viewpoints, that
right.
are, you know what do they call us now? White cis males?
Yeah, don't.
Is that the term? Is that the term?
Yeah, it is.
I'm confused.
I know it's easy to get confused, but I mean, my big thing too is, and tell me if I'm wrong, but like, uh, I'm I like Trump. I like the Republicans. I like the conservatives a hell of a lot better than the Democrats. It's definitely the lesser of two evils. But like ultimately, you look at the fact of like people are like, oh yeah, well you're just sucking off Daddy Trump. It's like I would have voted for somebody else if there was a better option. Like bring in a Tulsi, bring in a an RFK, bring in some of these other guys. Like if Trump, hell, JD Vance, whoever, like hell, Vivek, I think would have been a great option.
Yeah, I
But
don't think
like,
it. Well, I mean, I'm a January 6er, so everybody
yeah,
thinks that. Just like you said, I get it all the time on X. Same shit with, oh, you're just, you'll agree with anything Trump says. That I didn't go. A lot of times they'll say you fucked your life up for
for
a
Trump,
felon for
yeah,
Trump. No, dude, I went to January 6th because for myself. I went there
right,
because one of my business was suffering because of the way things were going with COVID, and the left's the left's what they wanted to do was advance that. They
right,
wanted to advance the COVID bullshit, the lockdowns, the masks and the mandates, all that shit. And for me, I did not want that.
right,
Two, the election, in my opinion, was stolen. And I just, you're not going to tell me anything else. You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's just what happened. And there's, you can't really argue that at this point. But
right,
um, that those are the two reasons that I went there. And yeah, they just don't, like I was going to say, we were talking about changing their mind. They see a lifestyle, and that's call blue collar working man,
yep,
rednecks, and just they see this culture that they don't want. If they see that, they're like, I'm against that, and that's it. I don't if whoever is like that, I don't want to agree with, I want to disagree with, I want to hate, and that's it. So it has
right,
nothing to do with topics or points or whatever. You ask any one of these people at a rally, hey, why do you feel this way? Why do you believe this? Why do you think this about Trump? Why do you think that? And they'll leave. You
right.
know what I mean? They can't say shit. They'll
No,
leave. So,
you got a bunch of people holding up signs and can't justify why they're holding up the sign.
yep,
It's just the way that it is.
yep,
Well, they're either paid, they're on a set agenda.
Yeah,
They have a script they're reading from. If you move outside of that fucking script, they but
right.
the
Well,
yeah.
and
right.
A lot of them are Antifa who want nothing but chaos,
right,
or gays and lesbians and trannies that the left caters to.
right.
Those are the biggest. So they're not going to go anywhere else because
Yeah,
those people are catering to them. So why would they leave?
right, right, exactly. And kind of, what I was saying before is, we get somebody on here that's more left, and they're going to sit there and throw out the, well, Trump this, Trump that. Okay, cool. Like I know the three of us, and you know, family, anybody who really is a conservative or Republican or supports Trump is openly, capable of criticizing him for the dumb
Right.
shit that he does. I mean, I
Right.
know a bunch of people that I know a bunch of people that were almost on the verge of not voting for Trump simply because he was still supporting the Operation Warp Speed garbage.
Right.
Like, dude,
Right.
we're not,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, well, you're in a cult. Dude,
No.
I will tell you when Trump does something wrong. Now, you tell me when Kamala did something wrong, and they can't do it. They will not go against
Well, no, they
their own
can. They
narrative.
just
But
Nope.
won't.
well, and that's the thing.
There's
It's
a
like
difference
at the
between
same
can
time,
and will.
yeah, and that's the same thing. It's like, for anybody actually that does listen to this, it sits there and I guess gets to this point 50 minutes in that we're uh, don't come to the table with this idea that we're here to just support Trump because
Right.
dude, we got some rational ass opinions,
Yep.
and I'll criticize him for all kinds of shit.
Dude, I'm a January 6er that was pardoned by him, and I will not just agree with him. I refuse to. There's a lot of things. I don't want to say a lot of things, but there's, out of 75%, in my opinion, is good. There's still that, that quarter that is not, that I don't like, I don't agree with. Warp speed would be one of them. There's just things that he does that I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? That's so
Right.
stupid. I don't
Sending
understand.
drones or bombs over to Syria and some of the other stuff. Like, dude, like, yeah, there, you want to stay out of a war. I understand that there's sometimes a rational reason to
Right.
de-escalate through violence, and I'm okay
Right.
with that. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, there's some shit, between the Ukraine stuff that, like, dude, just stay the hell out of it. Let them bomb each other.
Yeah.
Let them ruin that shit. The Israel
Yeah.
stuff, don't really care. I really couldn't care less.
Nope. Not at all.
There's certain things that he does I'll openly criticize him for, and
Yep.
anybody that comes on and actually sits there and wants to have that discussion, hell, dude, I'll be openly, I'll criticize the Republicans all day and night. I think they're, you know Congress, the Senate, everybody, they're full of a bunch of shitbags. It's just
Yep. Oh yeah, they are.
one's agenda is less evil than the other one, and that happens to be the conservatives
Yep. Yep.
I mean, you go into it like, yeah, there's shitbags on the right
and the
and the
left.
left. This is not a fucking goddamn, one side thing. And like, that's one of the things that made me laugh the most about the No Kings pro shit, uh, protest bullshit, was that, okay, no kings. Trump's been a president for what, like roughly 5 years,
5 years.
cumulative in that area, give or take a few months. Okay, you don't want a fucking king.
He hasn't done any kingly shit.
That-
But
oh,
Pelosi's been in office, what, 40 some odd years?
Right.
How long's McConnell been around? He looks like a goddamn walking zombie.
Right.
Bernie Sanders
Should
yeah,
actually
declared
yeah,
have.
it's
the
bad.
socialist savior.
Yeah, what was the statistics? Chuck Schumer's been in over 44 years, McConnell's
That's
over
insane,
40,
dude.
Pelosi's got 38 plus years, Maxine Waters got 37, and Sanders has 40 or
That that
34.
sounds that
Like,
sounds pretty authoritative and like an
Yeah.
oligarchy to me.
well, and yeah, I mean that's the thing. How do you all they're there is to line their own pockets. They're not doing anything for the
Yeah.
Nope.
people. You go in with the intention to possibly help out the people of your state, and then suddenly, you're feeding off of every, pack
Well,
and
the
every,
one
every
I'll
way to
actually
line your own
back,
pockets.
and I never thought I'd say this because I was fully against it whenever he was running, is John Fetterman. I'll actually back Fetterman because with this whole government shutdown, you want to know one of the only Democrats who've actually stood on the side of the people and on party lines, it was Fetterman.
Well, yeah, and
Yeah.
he still is. He's still going on Fox. He's still,
Yep.
siding with Trump and the Republicans to open the government back up because he knows that it's not doing it any justice. He's outwardly said, like, Trump is the president. I have to work for what's best for my people. Pennsylvania went red, so he's gonna work for the people of his state, and
Yeah.
he is the only one. Now, is he going to
Yep.
be primaried and run out of office by the left? Most likely,
Oh, I guarantee.
because they're not going to tolerate dissent from any of their people. But, like, yeah, fucking, he's got mashed potatoes for brains. I
Yeah.
mean, and he has since he was
Yeah, but so
uh,
do all
at a
three of us. But at least we
yeah.
have fucking balls of steel, and I
Well,
think that's what Fetterman has.
yeah, and I mean, after his stroke, he couldn't talk, he couldn't put a thought together, but neither could Biden. But
Yeah,
like
really.
I was gonna say we
ultimately,
had a sitting
yeah,
Yeah.
president who didn't have shit for brains for 4 years.
right. And when Fetterman was the assistant to the governor or whatever the hell he was, I mean, he was a far lefty because the governor was at that point, and then suddenly he got into office and he realized that I have to, if I want to continue to be elected, that he's got to work for the people. And at this point, I honestly think that he's proven himself enough where a Republican might actually vote to continue to keep him in.
Yeah. Yeah, for
I
sure.
mean, I voted for who was it? Doctor
Oz.
wasn't Doc.
Dr.
Oh yeah,
Oz.
Doctor Oz. I was about to say Doctor Drew. That'd have been awesome if he ran in
Oh
Pennsylvania.
yeah, and get Adam in there too.
Yes, yes. Doctor Oz, well, Doctor Drew and Adam for Congress in Pennsylvania. That'd
Right.
have been awesome.
I
We'll,
listen
we'll,
to their
we'll
I
lower
listen to
your
their
taxes and give you more boners.
yep.
Yeah.
I listen to that fireside chat every weekend. What?
But to get more boners?
No, to get Loveline on the
Okay. No,
in Congress.
That's great. You know what's
oh,
crazy though?
The really
this
crazy
is a
part,
family. This is a family friendly show.
right? But the really bad part is that Flip was probably too young to ever watch Loveline.
Wait, I don't know. I've heard of that, but I don't know nothing about it. What is that?
He was, he was still washing his mom's dirty undies.
Listening to Nine Inch Nails.
Oh God, that was yep. Good times. No,
Good
the
times.
thing that's crazy is this last election, everybody came out to get Trump in office, and they were fed up with all the bullshit. But the fact of the matter is everybody forgets so easily. And the next time it's most likely a lot because there are a lot of blue collar guys. They don't even want to leave their farm. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's just I'm afraid that it might not even last past midterms, but who knows what's going to happen next election?
Right. Hey, how old were you in two or Loveline ended in July of 2000? Flip was probably still a baby at that point.
2000, I was. Jeez.
Hey, you guys looking for a drummer?
Right.
I was
97,
right before that
You were
time.
probably 10. Your balls hadn't dropped yet.
98. I
They
was
dropped when you met
13.
us.
I
year
was
were
like,
you born?
I was 13. That's when I met you guys, I think.
Hey,
Oh
you guys
yeah.
looking for a drummer?
Yeah, maybe it was around there.
Yeah. I was born in 87, so
Yeah, okay.
I'm about to be 30 fucking 8 years old on the
Yeah.
21st,
We're
which
I
is
don't want to
46.
nuts.
hear it. I don't want to hear it. I just turned 42.
Yeah, well. Yeah, you look
Some
it too.
things don't get better with age. Wine
Yeah,
does.
you guys got to make fun of me when I was young when I showed up. Now I get to make fun of you guys because you're old as fucking dirt.
Yeah, you're old too, Dick.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I'll buy you the same rubber things I have for my balls that I wear. So whenever I'm playing hacky sack when I'm going to the bathroom in the morning, there's
Oh,
Cool.
also a special string I had pierced through it. That way, where I take my morning shit, I can keep them out of the
Just
water.
lift them up.
Yeah,
You got a little hanger. You
oh
hang
my
'em
god.
up.
Oh shit. All right, well, we're at 59 minutes now.
Yep.
I think we should probably start wrapping it up here.
Yep.
Anyway, tomorrow, if anybody goes out shopping or goes to Walmart or whatever, wants to take a special trip, make sure you record everything in the parking lot.
Yep.
See if if
Stay
all this
strapped, motherfuckers.
yeah, see if
Actually,
all
that's a
this
good
shit
idea.
actually does go down. But yeah, man, I mean, I feel like we'll probably record Tuesdays and Fridays. Probably release pretty quick. I doubt we're going to really do any editing. We're just going to go ahead and just dump
Yep.
these on. So we'll get everything set up for the Star Stripes and Scumbags YouTube channel, Rumble, X, all that kind of stuff, and then get these things rolling out. So
Yep.
we will.
I'm on actually, my Walmart is the one where all the Haitians in Charleroi. So
Oh
I'm
shit.
real close to that. So I might go film tomorrow.
Yeah, that might actually be kind of interesting.
Yep.
So, hell yeah. All right. Well,
All right.
I think everything's going pretty well. We'll keep it to an hour, and then we'll be back on Tuesday.
Perfect.
All right.
All right, gentlemen.
Let's
All
sign
right.
off.
I'll see you guys.
Later.